Good morning, Jenna. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, everybody, to the My Tarot Morning Reflection, our daily inventory, and just a chance to check in with the universe and take a breath. And where I get to express my gratitude. Good morning, Maureen. Express my gratitude for having something to slow me down in the mornings. It is so funny. Get up, the alarm, go grab coffee. Now sit down, go quiet. Good morning, Angelina. But it really is funny. It's like if you saw me 5 minutes before this. So it's such a good way to start. I appreciate the people that show up. So what are we doing now? It's an opportunity that reminds us to just take a breath, connect with the universe, whatever that means to you or me. Listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean so that we get reminded to take a breath. And for me, it's the cards, that's my light switch. But as I always say, we all need a light switch that reminds us at this time of the day, I'm going to remember to take a breath. Maybe lighting a candle or ringing a bell or something like that. So that we can check in with the universe, see how we're feeling this morning, see if there's anything that would normally trigger us during the day, right? It's kind of like why we do this. And then listening to the cards, it reminds me, it's like taking the breath and then, where are my feet at? Oh, putting feet flat on the floor, and then have my butt do the kitty dance. And that's just relaxing, and then checking in with my breath and shoulders. Oh, that feels actually kind of good, doesn't it? And then the neck, and just listening to the creaks. And then that just kind of flips me over into a different mode. One where we can kind of check in with the universe. And the purpose here is just to see with the cards, how can we all have a tarot reading, you ask? Well, the thing is that what is it that we're all doing together? We're actually just going quiet for a minute. And then when the cards come down and we start looking at the cards reflect everybody here. We all have angers, we all have joys, we all have love, we all have whatever negative thing may be going on. And the thing is with this is that it's like reading your horoscope in a newspaper, and it seems to trigger everybody. That's why the horoscopes are in there. Because it's like, oh, that sounds, I mean, come on, I'm a Leo, born in the year of a dragon. If that doesn't reflect me, I don't know what does. But it's a chance for us as a community to take a look at these things together to see how they'll reflect on the rest of the day. So let's see what we have here. I just watched something fall to the floor. So I am going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path. Because this stack will lead down one path. This is a totally different conversation. The topic's going to be different and lead us down a different path. And this center one will take us someplace different. Question is, which string do we want to pull? And today I'm going to take the top stack, or what I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it. And I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And I'm going to flip each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. So, the first card. Oh, it's the Knight of Cups. So, you know, when you read a tarot book, or you read the little white book that comes with tarot cards, they give you these short little definitions. And the thing is that each card does not always fit neatly into the spread based on those short little sentences. So here we have the Knight of Cups. And cups, court cards are personalities. And so a court card could be you, could be somebody else, or just part of the situation. And we have knights. Knights are the element of fire. There are action, there are movement, there are passions, there are creativity. In the 1500s are the first ones that you send into battle. And cups are the element of water. So there are spirituality and our emotions and our feelings. So when you have the Knight of Cups, you have the passion, you have the feelings that go behind it. And so the question is what card is he walking into? Because there is no true set definition yet. I think of the Knight of Cups as Orpheus. Oh, I can totally see that. With the passion, and all he needs to do is start singing. So he's walking into another card, and that's when we find out what the real definition of a card is how it plays with the others. Because look at this. And I always think about that with the Knight, because one of the books I have talks about the Knight of Cups. Well, he's like a player. He's somebody who's flighty in emotions and stuff like that. And it's like, absolutely, I can see the fire and the passion like that. But here we see the Knight of Cups walking into the Six of Cups. And that doesn't feel like it's just somebody emotionally immature. It feels like somebody who maybe is starting to learn lessons as they go through life. You know, a page wants to learn to not be a knight. A knight wants to learn to be a king. And this knight has found his grail. And we work hard to learn, to move into next phases of our lives. And so when we have the Six of Cups, this is a card of remembrance. Sixes are about harmony, improvement. And that numerology from 1 to 10 that I always talk about, you know, that 5 is such a tough hill to get over. It really is. 5s are always a challenge. But when we do, we move into the 6s. And we think about the things of how we got here, the people who helped us, the people we were able to help along the way. You know, this is about taking the things that we've learned. You know, to become the Knight of Cups like this, in this situation, you have to have heartbreak. You have to have learned a lot so that we can walk into becoming the Queen of Cups, because that's the next phase. And so here we have something where we're actually sharing remembrance. Then we move into the next card. This is about maturing. So then we have the 9 of Coins, and this 9s are about fulfillment. And coins are our home, our health, our finances, and all the things that keep us grounded. So we have this thing where we learn as we move through life. And it doesn't matter if we're 9 or we're 90. We are always learning. We're always trying to move forward, especially spiritually. Some of us are on a path and we will plateau. We'll take 4 steps back and then 5 steps forward and feel like we've gotten nowhere. But this is a spread of remembrance of the positive things that we have gained. And we're coming up on Thanksgiving, so maybe that's something here in the United States that's on our minds also, because we're giving thanks. We're going to be surrounded by family. And hopefully we're surrounded by the family that we want to be surrounded by, that we choose to be around. And this is a kind of like a gratitude thing. Because with the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Coins, 9s were almost to 10, 10 were almost done with a cycle. So this is about stopping for a moment and reflecting on the good things that we do have. I have friends right now who are suffering because of the layoffs, and we all have different things that are going on in our lives. So it's not easy sometimes to find those things to be grateful for. She may just be grateful for the fact that she's got a stuffed bird here. Maybe this is just a plushie. She's got a Beanie Baby here that she's had since she was a child. It's like all this other stuff could be worth $1 billion, but nothing means more to her than that Beanie Baby. So let's take a look at the advice card. Look at this. It's our one major here. So the minors are what? Minors are just the day-to-day cards. The guy who actually created the Rider-Waite-Smith deck just saw the minors as fortune-telling cards. He didn't even pay attention to these. It was Pamela Coleman Smith that gave us the beautiful pictures. But this is the destiny card. Look at this guy right here. So what is the devil? Here we are. We can see that we're chained to this column right here, and he's got his back wings all upside down, and this horn. The devil card is just the harms that we do to ourselves or others, if you think about it. The devil card is just the harms we do to ourselves or others. And it's things that we can normally, we get caught up in. We get tight, and we lose perspective on things, because I love how the fact that these chains are so loose that if they were to just turn this upside down, do you think those chains would stay on? So sometimes these are the things that we are bound to until we're sick and tired of being bound to it. Devil means to bully somebody. Sure. And that's, again, the harms we do to ourselves or others. And why do we bully somebody? I know that when I am angry, resentful, when I've had a bad day, when I'm not in control of my feelings and spirituality or emotions, absolutely, I will just walk all over somebody. I can be a horrible person, which is why I choose to look at something, because this is reminding me that it's like today, I have to deal with a lot of people. I manage people. And today this is going to remind me then about looking at remembrance, the positive things that we can bring into a situation, the things that we've learned as we move from being this night of fire and energy and everything else. It's like we found our grail. And we learned that grail is not about having gold and jewels that's on that grail, but it's about the giving and sharing and being grateful for the things that we do have. And this reminds us how easy all this can slip through our fingers. You are absolutely right. The devil means deception. Yep. And what's the worst deception except when we fool ourselves? My own self-importance is sometimes the biggest deception out there. My own rightism. When I get tired, when I go hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, that halt. Sometimes I take shortcuts. Sometimes my feelings are more important than other feelings. Than others, and I'll do things that I normally wouldn't. Deception, tricking, to get what I want. So that's the thing today, is that to remember that we all go through what the devil presents us. To look at our reaction to the people around us. And are we letting our self-will and the things that are negative that we can represent to other people. Today is the day that we say, you know what, I'm going to reflect on these things, and I'm not going to have them control, manipulate, or make me do things I normally would not do. So today, it's about reflection on the positive side of ourselves and letting the chains fall off from the Devil card. So with that, I hope everybody here has an amazing day. Again, thank you very much, and I will be back here again tomorrow. Thank you all. You all are awesome. Take care.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs.